Good morning, everyone. Jeanette Byro here. I am a medium and a channeler, and welcome to your weekday daily card reading from Spirit, where we dive in and see what's in store through the cards. Now, for those of you that have joined me recently, thank you so much for joining me on my page. When I do want to say when I do mediumship readings, I go straight to Spirit. But for these kinds of messages, these general messages, I love using cards, and I encourage you guys to use cards, tarot cards, runes. If you are wanting to deepen your connection and you struggle a little bit, these are a great bridge tool to connect with the higher realms. So let's see what's in store. Okay. Totally, I get it. All right, so the cards we have today are the Novice, followed by Restriction, followed by the Hawk, and the King. So with these cards, hold on, we have visitors. There's a couple of spirits that have actually shown up on the other side of my computer. Normally what happens is they're kind of speaking in my mind or my mind's eye, or I hear them, but they're actually showing up right now, which is interesting. Okay, so lovely. So what they're saying is they're here kind of in studio, more embodied right now, because they're really wanting to bring through the specificity of these messages for each and every one of you that is hearing this. If you are hearing this, you are meant to hear this. And they said there's a very important shift taking place on the planet right now for each and every one of us. So we have outer collective shifts happening, but those are all triggering internal shifts and clicks and all that kind of stuff for each individual person right now. They're really wanting to bring in the knowledge and understanding that each and every one of us are supported right now. We're being supported in our growth from a spiritual perspective, which is why they're kind of densifying right now to show themselves here, that they're like literally on the ground with us as close as they can, obviously. And they're saying pay special attention to the cards that came out today. It's about embodiment. It's also about the showing me the number 5, which for me means changes. So it's about the changes that are happening right now that we are in the midst of. And they're telling me to consider it like when you're swimming in a pool, when you're kind of like in the middle, you have to keep swimming to get to the other side. You can't stop here. And we're kind of in the middle of all of these changes that are happening. So they're saying, please keep going. Now, the messages, yes, they're saying I can carry on. The messages that I'm getting here. So this Novice card, first of all, is about innocence, beginners, new skills without practice, unstable curiosity. They're saying for many people, this whole phase of change right now that we're in is new. It is very new. It is unprecedented, if we put it that way. It is greater, bigger, more rattling and revealing shifts than we've had to undergo for many, not all. But to embrace this as new, try to detach a bit from the fear of it and more so embrace curiosity. The curiosity of discovering the next steps, When you think of a journey that somebody is on, they're not on a journey knowing every single step to take. They're figuring it out as they go. And so Spirit is saying, keep that mindset as you move through the next step, the curiosity of the next thing, because not everything that we're moving through right now, this path here, not everything is enlightened. There are restrictions to our access to knowledge. Some things are happening moment by moment based on free will on this planet. So you can see that this path is lit here, but then it goes into dark. That dark spot is restricted. Doesn't mean it's negative. It just means it is unknown. So because there is so much free will connected to our journeys right now on this planet, there are pieces that are restricted for knowing what it is going to be yet. So with those restrictions, like they're saying, be curious, get curious about your path, discovering. As you discover each new thing, measure it against your own frequency of truth, what feels true for you, and that will help you take the next right step. And so they're saying the reason why they came through and they're still here in my room right now is because they want to really ensure we feel supported through messages, symbolisms, synchronicities, omens. And I say omens not for the negative term. We seem to hear the word omen and think something dark, but it's a foreshadowing, it's a prophecy, it's a premonition, it's a knowing before it happens. So that's what this card is all about. And that's why these guides are here right now, is because they want to be quite vocal with you today onward, especially throughout the weekend. I'm seeing the next several days. And the reason being is because that's going to help you to make very wise decisions. And that's what this King card is about. It's not gendered masculine King card. It's not that. It can represent that. But what I'm getting is this is about embodying your sovereign sense of self, your sovereign truth, your ability to sit on your own throne of knowing self and deciding from there, measuring what aligns with you, with your frequency. When we embody the energy of the king or the queen, for that matter, we are sitting in that place of sovereign self, knowing that our reality is dictated by our perspective, and we get to continually choose what that is based on the things that happen. We get to take ownership for how we choose to feel and react each moment. So Spirit is saying, if you embody this, they can come through with omens, messages, synchronicities, insights to help you along your path, because we are in this new territory of change on the planet, change for humanity. And that ripples down to each and every one of us. And so in those moments of unknown, we have to make that next right step that aligns with our sense of truth. And that's going to be different for everybody. Honor your path and honor the path that also brings kindness, compassion, and love to others. We can do that while still honoring self. We can be kind. We can be non-judgmental. We can be a source of compassion on this planet and still honor self. So I love this message. I think it's absolutely beautiful. I love that the guides came forward today too. That's fantastic. That doesn't usually happen to that degree. Normally they're just, like I said, in my mind, talking, sharing stuff, but they wanted to be present with us this morning. So I will leave that with you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. As always, if you're new to my page, thank you. I sure appreciate you. If you haven't already, subscribe and share this with somebody else that may really benefit from this message today. And now lastly, if you are wanting to deep dive into more avenues of expanding your consciousness, do check out avalonspirit.com and the Jeanette Biro podcast. I'll see you guys later.